Hey guys, so Ted's here with me today for my third Alex's advice, and we are gonna give, I guess, some of my viewers some tips on how to come out, because it's a very, very challenging thing in any gay or lesbian person's life, or bisexual or transgender, anyone. And so hopefully this helped you.
So the very first thing that I would have to say about coming out is make sure you do it when you're ready. Not when someone else is ready for you to, not when all your friends are encouraging you to, not because you see a wave of people doing it on social media or in the news or anything like that. If you aren't ready to come out and show people who you truly are, which is a great thing, but if you aren't ready to do it, then it can be pretty stressful.
I would say you want to think about the timing of it. You know, if you're planning to come out to a large portion of your family, I would not recommend doing it at a holiday party. It could easily just kill the mood for everyone, and you don't want to do that. For example, I was coming out to half of my family for Ted to come to Thanksgiving, and the last thing I wanted to do was come out like as someone's passing the turkey over. You know,
Like some turkey, hey, I'm gay.
Right, like, oh, you have to meet Ted, this is my, you know what I mean? So I actually let them all know a few weeks in advance so they could kind of process it or whatever, but just be cognizant of the fact that, you know, they're not necessarily just working on your timeline, but you're also kind of thinking about them too.
So this is one for the people who are maybe already out or just more comfortable with who they are. Don't out other people, because that just makes you an awful person. Whether you think that someone owes it to the gay community to help contribute to the number of out gay people or lesbian or whatever people there are out there, don't do it. Don't make someone else come out of the closet if they're not ready to. That's just a horrible move.
The next tip I would have is don't be upset or offended if someone you tell, whether it's your family or friends or whoever, doesn't take it well initially. That's a lot to expect of them. Now, some of them will, which is great and makes your life that much easier. But if they don't, you know, it's not necessarily saying that they never will come around. I know, like, from, you know, my mom and dad, it took a while to come to terms with it, whereas like my friends were totally fine with it. But now I have a very much different relationship with my parents where we can talk about it. It's, you know, it is what it is. We can joke about it at times in a very lighthearted manner. Sometimes it takes, you know, it could take a year or two before you get to that point where you can speak about it and no one's uncomfortable. Not everyone is going to take it well from the first second you tell them.
Wow, I didn't know that. Probably one of the better tips I have is think about how you're going to do it and maybe plan it out a little bit. I came out to my close family, some of them via email, some of them via text, Facebook, phone call. But obviously all the rest of my friends was just Facebook, because really easy when Alex and I entered into a relationship. It was pretty simple. Hey, I'm in a relationship with a guy, so obviously, you know, must not be totally straight. So that was pretty easy. I would say maybe think of something a little bit more personal with your family. That way you at least give them that.
This is kind of piggybacking off of that. It's a little bit different, but I know for me, my senior year, my whole take on it was I was completely out, but I wasn't necessarily broadcasting it. And I think my tip here is you don't necessarily have to walk up and introduce yourself as gay to every single person you meet the second you meet them. If you had asked me during my entire senior year of college, hey Alex, you know, do you date girls, or are you gay? I would have said yes. And I did say yes to several of my fraternity brothers. And you know, I never felt like I was hiding it from them. I just wasn't also going to bring it up as like new business during a brothers meeting, because it's kind of uncomfortable. By no means am I saying hide it. I'm just saying if you're comfortable with yourself, be honest when they ask you. I'll tell you one way to not come out to someone. And that was, once again, it's Mike. Every one of my weird stories involves Mike, because that's just the basis of our friendship. The way I came out to him was that we were chilling, it was my sophomore year, and I was going to check my Facebook page on my MacBook, and I had stuff minimized, which I thought I was being smart, and I went to go pull Facebook up, like actually Facebook, and Safari as an internet browser decides that, oh, you don't want to open a new window when you click on the button you want, whatever you minimize. Long story short, he saw it for a split second, was like, dude, what is that? And I froze, and we talked about it, and I came out to him, and now we're best friends still. And in a weird way, we actually became better friends just because there was nothing hidden. Everything was on the table. Here's a tip for you as maybe the straight friends or any friends who this person is coming out to. When they come out to you and say, hey, you know, I'm gay or I'm lesbian or whatever, the one answer you should never give them. And beyond, I'm not cool with it. Because that's also...
Oh, yes. I know where you're going with
Do
this.
not say...
Wait. Can I?
Go ahead, finish my thought for me.
Oh, it's okay. I knew already. Or we all knew
Yes.
this was coming.
This is the worst! LGBT individuals go through a lot of mental and emotional strain trying to think of the best way to come out to someone because this is a momentous occasion and trying to build out a relationship with someone, and for you to belittle it and go, I knew already, is like, well, what the hell? First of all, why didn't you talk to me about this sooner? Second of all, what the hell did I do that was so obvious? Were you there when I was being intimate with someone of the same sex? Otherwise, how the hell did you know? Because you're pretty much just assuming then. Not cool. Honestly, there's a whole slew of things you can say to gay people, even not forget coming out, that are just like, oh, makes me roll my eyes, but that's another video for another time.
Just be you. Be comfortable with who you are and know that there's always someone out there who will love you for it.
It's tough to not be down on yourself if you start to face that resistance. I've personally been very blessed that for the most part I haven't had any, big issues, but I know they exist. I'm not completely naive, and it might not seem like you're gonna bounce back from it, but you will. So that's pretty much it. Feel free to add some of your own coming out tips below if you've gone through this before or you know someone who's gone through it. And maybe this will help someone else who's watching this video who hasn't quite taken that leap yet. Give this video a thumbs up if you liked it. Please subscribe to my channel, and I will see you guys next weekend. And I have a little surprise. I will be doing this video with one of my friends. I'm not telling you what it is yet, but it should be, in theory, funny and gross and all those other fun things that people like to watch on YouTube. So make sure you stay tuned for that. Bye.